I'm not guilty, as you are not. The feeling of guilt is one of the most common shapes of pressure in our current communities. The world is full of people who feel guilty all the time for something they did in the past. And if you are not one of those rare people who got over this destroying feeling, you're probably suffering from a mixture of non-necessary guilt feelings. Nowadays, most of us got familiar with regret and guilt feelings. However, family, friends, community, and schools have turned us to machines that feel guilty, by conscience or without it. We've always got remembered since our childhood of our bad behavior and pushed to feel guilty for things that we have done and things that we haven't done, said or not said. As we got familiar with demanding interest and respect from others, we couldn't anymore deal with this dangerous state of mind when it is applied from an external source. Understand that guilt is the primary weapon of misleading and skylight people. All they have to do is making us feeling guilty first, then we have no choice than listening to him.
Why do we allow this to happen? Simply, because guilt is related to interest. And if you don't care, you are a bad person. While the truth is that the feeling of guilt has nothing to do with gaining people's interest. And it is only a stressed behavior that gets the acceptance of others. In a surprising way, that is normal, which is not. And to make things clear for you and easy to understand, if you want to show you care about others, it is expected then from you to feel guilty. And if you didn't, you don't really care. Examples of main types of feeling guilty. First, feeling guilt through love. The expression, "if you really love me, you would," is the most used in love relationships, generating guilt. And it is used for deception purposes. What we really mean, you should feel guilty if you didn't. As we tend to show our interest, we got easily deceived. Number 2. Parents make their child feel guilty. Usually, parents use this weapon to control their child, in a case they need obedience or respect, as they use punishment methods. For instance, when they don't like what you have done or said, they immediately reply that you are a bad boy or bad girl. They judge about the value and the personality, not about the act committed. Number 3. Guilt feeling caused by the community. It starts from school, when the teacher uses this weapon to control the students, or in prisons when someone commits a crime and they deprive him his freedom depending on how that crime is bad. In order to feel guilty longer, then they let him out without finding a solution to the origin of the problem. Finally, guilt we impose on ourselves by scolding ourselves about mistakes in the past, overthinking for an embarrassing moment we had, caring a lot about the appearance or any other thing making us uncomfortable. I really would say in this video that we became very attached to impressions of people surrounding us and their thoughts and opinions, as we tend to focus on being right all the time, till we became upset to watch out every single word coming out from our mouths and every gesture we make in order to avoid anxiety and guilt coming from their bad impressions about us. And learn from today's video that guilt is a form of worshiping others. It is the weapon that the other uses to control you and to gain your respect. Because at the end of the state, we are all humans and we have the right to make mistakes.